keep getting asked how I do my makeup, but I don't know how to do tutorials. But I have nothing better to do, and I don't like my face right now, so we're gonna do it anyway. Step 1, you find a mirror, preferably one that isn't this filthy, but you take what you can get. Step 2, remove lip rings and feel uncomfortable for the rest of the time. Step 3, get your hair out of your face and try and ignore the fact that you've got a 3D printer in the other room making the loudest noise you've ever heard in your life, and it makes you want to cry. If you have unfortunate genetics like mine, you might have to shave a monobrow off, and yes, I know you're supposed to pluck, but I can't be asked. Oh, would you look at that, took me 11 seconds instead of an hour. While you're at it, you might as well shape the rest of your eyebrow. And now we're ready for dumb face paint. Ideally, should you wash and then prime the face? Absolutely. Am I going to? No. Because I'm lazy and I don't have money. Am I going to regret this decision in 10 years? Absolutely. Do I care right now? No. Step 1 of the actual makeup, get some concealer, preferably one that's a little bit lighter than your actual skin. Make triangles on your face and then add some dots. This will double as a bit of a highlighter and it pushes all the focus to the front of your face here. Now violently blend like your face owes you money. Boom. Look, I never learnt how to do makeup through other people. Every tutorial was overly complicated. I learnt to do makeup because I've been performing on stage since I was 7 and I learnt how to do stage makeup. I'm almost certainly doing it wrong, but I know how to do it quickly and make it look good. And as far as I'm concerned, any rules that anyone has with makeup are there to be broken. Let's not kid ourselves, it's face paint. Now if we want to be a little bit fancy, we go for some contour. Get your dedicated contour brush that you haven't cleaned in months, and your contour that you are desperately running out of. Goddamn. And then we're just going to follow the natural contour of our face, because we really want to emphasize them shadows. Contour seems intimidating until you realize all you're doing is coloring in. You're making shadows with some dark powder. I like to go from the tip of my eyebrow on the corner of my nose, just to make it look a little bit more, normal. I unfortunately have my dad's genetics, and every member of my family, regardless of gender or sex, has his fucking nose. And then we're going to go under the nose and slightly above it to add that little button nose that everyone craves. I mostly like it because it makes the tip of my nose feel all shiny. And then to round it out, all you got to do is just smear that across your forehead. If you want to be extra and you want to emphasize a jawline, little bit here, and boom. And that is contour in a nutshell. It's that simple. Sounds intimidating when everyone goes contour, oh you need to bake and all this shit. You don't need any of that. Just take some slightly dark powder, put it on your face and see what happens. Take a spongy sponge and just dab the hell out of it. The sheer amount of compliments I get on my skin is honestly amazing when you consider just how much I abuse my face daily. Now we got foundation, preferably one that's actually your skin tone, but it doesn't have to be 100% accurate. And currently a beige 8, whatever that means. You don't need a lot of it, that's all the foundation you need. And then we're just gonna dot all over the face, and don't forget that neck. And now we're gonna beat it into our face. Just fully get it in there. It doesn't have to be incredibly smooth, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're not supermodels here, and even supermodels don't do it themselves. It's a daily look, it's quick, it's fun, and who cares, it's makeup. Now we're moving on to eyebrows. I use this, Brow King. It doesn't matter which one you get. Every tutorial I've ever seen when it comes to makeup is always like, oh my god, this product is amazing, I'm totally not sponsored. Whatever you can get. I used to fill in my eyebrows with eyeliner pencil. It really doesn't matter. I do recommend getting one of these, a little eyebrow brush thing. Before we do anything, we're going to take the mascara looking part and we're just going to clean up the shape of them eyebrows because hair does not like going in the same direction unless you force it. We're then going to take some eyebrow wax and just rub it into the eyebrow a little bit, preferably this way, but you know what, whichever way you want that eyebrow to go, if you want to go that way, who am I the judge? Now in this we got light blonde, medium blonde, dark blonde, light brown, medium brown, dark brown, and black. I just go for black. We're going to zoom in on my face as much as I hate it. And we're just going to follow along the bottom. Once you get about halfway through, raise your eyebrow as if you're confused, and just make an arch. And then fill in the top. Now I like to add a point, so we're just going to, boom, we have a point now. Then you fill it in, or you do what I like to do on the left and add a little slit. Doesn't have to be precise because we're going to take that little mascara part and we're going to go over it like this again. just to add a little bit more of a hair texture, because otherwise it looks a bit weird. Now the only thing that people actually care about, the eyes. Now for this you're going to need a minimum of 2 brushes, one tiny one and one normal size. First thing we're going to do is we're either going to take some white or some of this stuff that sparkles a little bit. I'm going to go for the white because it's basic. Put it on a small brush and dab the inner corner of your eye. This creates a little bit of a highlight, separates the eyes a little bit more. And we're going to blend that into the eyelid, both top and bottom, just to make it look a little bit less jagged. Also going to help emphasize the next part, which is my favorite. Once again, we go on the inner corner, just dab the hell out of the inner corner, go a little bit under, stop roughly about here where the eye starts to, look like an eye. And just go over the eyelid, like so. Done. Now you can add a random color in the middle and then blend it out a little bit, make it pop a little bit more, but I'm colorblind and I can't be asked to try and figure that out. I know my corrective glasses are right there, but I'm lazy. So we're gonna take my most adorable eyeshadow palette, the little panda thing. It's absolutely precious, and all that is a bunch of black and white. Now you get the normal looking brush and go for midnight. I don't know, the darkest one possible. And you do this. Simple, right? No, I'm just kidding. You start off by just dabbing that outer corner, going slightly up. And then we start dragging down, slowly building up that color. Now I used to also put a little bit on my lower lid. I don't usually on daily looks anymore, but you can do, and it does look cool. I'm gonna stick with the top lid. Now you just go into that little crevice that you have, and boom. Now I keep getting asked how I do a smoky look. I don't know. People told me to blend, so I blended and it looked smoky. But you just very lightly around the outsides, just blend that out a little bit, and boom. Now I would love to do it exactly the same on both sides, but unfortunately my eyes are different sizes and different shapes, so they never look exactly the same. But it doesn't matter. But we're just gonna go over it and make it look, I don't know, as emo as possible, I don't know. I don't know the terminology because I think half of the terminology is bullshit. And you keep going until you're happy with it. I treat my face like a Bob Ross canvas. There are only happy accidents and there are no do-overs. If you mess up, just go bigger. If the makeup looks wrong, cover it with more makeup. You'll eventually end up with something like this. Okay, moving on to eyeliner. It's gonna get a bit gross. I like an eyeliner pencil like this for the waterline. It's simple, it's easy. And we're gonna embrace the early 2000s. We're gonna go in that corner and we're just gonna really push that on. Honestly, I really like this. I got this from like Asda for like maybe £1. And it goes on so easily. It's like, it's seamless. I'm putting barely any pressure on my eye. Go as thick as you want, go as thin as you want. I don't care, no one should care. I fully believe that as adults we have forgotten how to just play around with makeup. Have fun with it. Socially acceptable face paint, now onto the top lid. Every time I see someone do eyeliner, they keep their eye open. I don't know why, I close mine. I wish I could tell you how to do this, but unfortunately the way I did this was I messed it up twice, didn't do it for 3 years, did it again and did a perfect wing and went, oh, I guess I can do eyeliner now. So I don't know, do as I do, I don't know. It helps if you rest your wrist on your chin a little bit. And boom, we have a line. Now I'm gonna go in here a little bit because I feel like having a point. Oof. Now the wing, we take what we already got and we just go over it a bit more. And then we take that little bottom bit, join it up, and now remember when you were 5 and you did some coloring in? Boom. If you want to go thicker, take that big part and just really join it up. There we go, it took me about 10 seconds. If you want to do mascara, do mascara. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But moving on to lipstick. I'm running out, so this is going to be a pain in the ass. But we take this, make a line. Make a capital T, British smile, and then just this. Boom. Keep going until you're satisfied, put the lip rings back in, and hair down.
And now you have a face.